And we are live. Look at this. Look at this. We exist again. Oh my gosh, my beautiful friends. I will make sure that I can actually see anyone out there live on this Facebook Live on this amazing Friday afternoon. I missed you. I missed you all so much. And I'm guilty as a clam. I haven't been doing these videos because we've been busy. We've been busy studying and putting amazing things together. And it's just been so exciting. And I completely got on completely different track. And it's just so funny because I had a conversation about this earlier today that, Lenka does what kind of like moves her, what excites her. And she just wasn't in the mood of making videos for some reason because she needs to get in the mood. But I tell you, something incredible happened this morning. And I will wait for more people to dial in because I have some really cool stuff I want to talk about today, just making sure that we are live. The morning is a very important time. That's when we come back to this 3D reality to create, to manifest, to be, to move this vessel into, situations, into projects, into interactions with other people. So those who've been working with me, they know that we always dial into the most powerful vibrational frequency in the morning because that's the tone we set in for the day after we had the reset. We went to sleep, we reset it, right? And now we wake up and we are like, okay, we are back here into this reality. And now, it's basically like a new chapter. We step into the powerful creator that we are, and we go and we manifest. So you will not believe to what I stepped in this morning, okay? I did my, little morning routine, which is always so important and critical. And then I did not turn my phone off this morning. Actually last night. And I was so tired. I slept like a baby because I always do, because my sleep is very important. So I make sure that my days are very productive physically, non-physically, metaphysically, that spiritually, that it's a very productive day. And so I go to my phone and there is a message. There is a message from a number. And I didn't know the number, but let me read to you what this message said. First thing in the morning, it said, is Lenka in jail? Or did she finally realize she is a stupid Euro cunt? Sorry for that word, that was not my word. Truly now a cancelled check. I'm like, wow. Hello, good morning, Grand Rising. What a welcoming to this 3D reality, to this world filled with this anger and hate and negativity. And so Lenka was looking at it, and as you can tell, I'm not reporting from jail or anywhere. Lenka thought of it and she said, poor soul, poor soul. He or she must be really hurting. And so she responded to this message, sounds like you need a hug. Where can we find you? So I like to put this out. This message came from number 626-877-3195. 626-877-3195. Whoever it is, behind that number, they didn't leave a name or who they are, but name is just a name, right? That was given to us. It's not even a first-hand knowledge. So there is a being, there is a soul behind that number that needs our love. So please reach out if you can to this man or woman that is just suffering. That is suffering because that's what the message was really literally screaming at. And I hope that you heal. I hope that you heal, and there is tons of love for you and tons of light. So 626-877-3195. Please go and give this man or woman tons of love, because obviously they need it. So going back to the message, and that will lead us to what we are going to talk about today. Very important message. Standing in our truth, standing in our power that is supported by law. It just is. It's only that we haven't been we've been kind of disconnected. We've been bamboozled. We've been confused. We've been intentionally indoctrinated that, we are something what we are really not. So, in order for someone to be in jail, there has to be a crime. And for crime to exist, there has to be an injured party, right? There has to be someone who can come to a witness stand and say, yes, I was hurt. I suffered injury. My body got harmed, injured, or my property or my rights were violated, which we call trespass. Trespass on your property because your God-given, creator-granted rights that are secured by the Constitution. You see, we do not have constitutional rights. The Constitution is below us, but they are constitutionally secured rights. They are not all listed there because you decide what your rights are because of where you came from, right? So you come from your creator, so you have some birthrights, like birthright to speak, so freedom of speech. We have the right to go from point A to point B, utilizing our property, meaning automobile or whatever your conveyance is, bike, horse, goat, donkey, doesn't matter. You have that right. You have the right to go and make living, earn living. That's right to life and liberty and pursuit of happiness. So I'm not aware that Lenka hurt anyone, that Lenka injured anyone or their rights or their property. So this is actually what propelled me to get on live, and we need to go back on track with doing videos and talking about all these exciting things. What we've been doing, we've been really focusing on trust, on really the trust law, learning how to operate as the people in private. We are not the corporate U.S. citizen, the driver, the resident, the taxpayer, the defendant, all these roles, all these functions that basically someone would take when they step from their highest power right under God into these corporate roles that were created. And so today I wanted to hop on and I wanted to talk about something very important. So we are in California, and it was brought up the other day, and California is also known as California Republic. You see, California state, a republic. However, if you've noticed, especially, now we are after the elections, but many people talk about democracy, the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party. See, that's when you function in the corporate realm, under the District of Columbia under the United States, because here on California land, that was declared as California Republic. Now, why is the term republic critical and so important to you and your family and the ones that you care about? Hopefully that's a lot of people, and hopefully all of the people and all the living beings, is that what makes a republic so exciting is that the power is vested in the people. So in a republic, if you are the people, which can be plural and singular, all the power is vested in you. Now think about it. Wow, that's very powerful, right? So if all the power is vested in we, the people, and that's individually, which can be all the people, or me as one of the people, or you as another one of the people, you are the boss. Okay, you are the boss. You are the highest authority right under God, your creator, or however you define where you came from, who your creator is. So this is very, very critical because, you know, a lot of people are struggling with all these bogus charges and lawsuits and whatever they might be dealing with, is because they are not functioning in the right capacity as the people, as one of the people. So think about it. You are the boss. You created a company, which, by the way, when you are one of the people, you are the creator and the owner of the government. So it's very important to remember the hierarchy. So there is the creator, then is the people, then there is a thing called constitution, then there is the government, then there are the corporations, which also is the U.S. citizen. U.S. citizen is a corporation, if you believe it or not. So if you are one of the people right under the creator, under God, right? Now we have also the thing called constitution that doesn't give us rights, but it secures some of the rights, not all of the rights. You defined what your rights are. So think about how powerful that really is, that you are above it all. And that's what makes America so amazing and beautiful and wonderful, is that all the power is vested in the people. Republican form of government is guaranteed to us, and you have the Constitution. You have the Constitution. And this is also why all the public servants had to do this. They had to take oath of office. That's why oath of office is so critical, and you need to hold them to it. And that's a line in the sand that they cannot cross. And if they cross it, then they are stepping outside of their governmental, position. They are waiving their immunity, and now they are carrying risk of their personal liability because they are no longer protected within that governmental structure. That's why the oath of office is so critical. And it's your tool. It's your powerful tool that secures your rights. And so also another really fantastic thing is that, when the founders created the structure, like, they were brilliant, really, really brilliant. And if you really look at the Constitution, how, fine document that is. And I know people will say, well, there is this other thing that has happened, and there is this other Constitution, the corporate version Constitution. Yes, it is. But it had to be created in a way that it would not be controversial to the to the original, to the organic constitution. So it was done in very smart way, so it could function in parallel. And if you really start looking for the things, to see how it had to be made in harmony, you will be astonished that, for example, Article 6, Section 1, in that corporate constitution, in the California Constitution 1879, it says that all the courts in California are courts of record, besides small claims court. So all the courts in California are courts of record. So what does that mean, court of record? Well, there are 4 prerequisites for a court to be court of record. Well, first one, it kind of gives it away. There has to be a record. There has to be a record of all the proceedings. And don't get confused by the minutes they put out. Those are just notes. Those are just minutes. There has to be a record. What was discussed? What was the issue? And what is the solution? So your filings, your paperwork is actually that creates the record. That's the court of record. This is why when we are working on cases, when we are working on our situations, our paperwork is the record. You are creating court of record. So that's the first prerequisite, the court of record. Second one is it has to have a seal. Court of record has to have a seal. Then the third one, which you will absolutely love, is the proceedings, the court proceedings have to be according to common law. Common law. Now, what is really common law? If you go back to Magna Carta, you will really find out that that's very simple. It has to be common and make common sense. So one of the most important common sense is if there is a complaint, or in their world, in the legal realm, if there is a complaint, there has to be an injured party. But if you look at all of the filings, all of the complaints, it would say the people of the state of California versus Joe Schmo. Well, who is the people of the California? Is it the whole outfit? Is it all of the millions of people living in California, or is it one of the people? And you know that you have the right, it's your constitutionally secured right under your due process that you need to be able to face your accuser. That makes common sense, right? If someone is complaining, if someone is charging you with something, there has to be an injured party. So there has to be someone who goes to court and says, yes, you hurt me on such and such a day. And and I affirm to this, swear to it, under penalty of perjury, right? But who is coming if it's the people of the state of California? First of all, state of California is a corporation, and the people, it's just to confuse you, to fool you. And then you will have the DA talking, the people have decided, and it's because of what happened in 1911. But I'm not going to go into that. What is important is the court of record part, right? So we have the common law proceedings, and then what you will really, really love, that in court of record, the magistrate is independent from the tribunal. You see, in true court, as the Superior Court of California, Superior Court of New Jersey, Superior Court of New York, Alabama, wherever you are, has to be court of record. So in your court of record, the magistrate or the one who does the judging is not really the judge, but the tribunal. So this is why we say there is no really judge, but it's magistrate, because the magistrate has to be independent from the tribunal. And the tribunal, that's basically the trial by jury, not jury trial, but trial by jury. That's your peers. The people, that's the peerage, that's the people who know you as the so-called defendant, right? So the judge, aka magistrate, does not really make decisions, because then it would be basically that we are in some kind of fascistic reality where one man sits on a bench up there high on a throne, and like a king is basically making decision. You see, so the cards got flipped. You are the king, you are the queen. Why? Because you are the people. You are the people under the authority of your creator, under the authority of God. And that's what people are forgetting. How being the people, we try to have all these different titles and names and all that stuff, but we are people. We are people. That goes above government. That goes above all the statutes, codes, and ordinances. And then you have the Constitution. So you are not part of the Constitution. You are not below the Constitution. You are above it. And the Constitution is your powerful tool. It's so brilliant, and if you really comprehend the concept, the powers you have as one of the people, everything will change. And I think, I don't really care about the politics much, but you will see that it's moving towards it, because it has to. It has to. I think people, even though they might not know that they are the people, are getting fed up. They are exhausted. They are tired, and you just feel it in your bones when, there should be freedom, but you don't really feel free because you are on this hamster wheel. So I just wanted to report live. Send much love to all of you. Many greetings. Missed you much. And I guess we will continue with some of these videos to keep you updated, keep you empowered. And for all your haters, we have love for you too. I guess you need it the most. Have an amazing and blessed day.